This is a really very interesting article about the dollar coin. I remember when it came out because I was kind of irritated because it's the first time in American history that I know of anyways that the words "In God We Trust" was not on the front. In every bill that you see, it's right there in plain sight. And, I'm in these Yahoo groups with, school and stuff. And I remember having a conversation about this because it's always been pushing God out of the government, the Ten Commandments, but nobody ever really fought to take "In God We Trust" out of the money. It's like the only thing left in our country where people aren't filing lawsuits to get the God thing out of the government, off the property. So here we have government money, right? Which technically our money is a private bank, okay? But this coin came out and it said on the side is, but you can't see it. You have to really look close. "In God You Trust" was pushed to the side. Okay, and I said, oh, this is bad. This is bad. And every time I see a lawsuit where they're trying to take in God We Trust out of, the pushing everything out, really trying to stipulate the separation of church and state, really trying to make that where you're not allowed to even say prayers. And I'm a Christian, okay? So if you're an atheist or whatever, this video's not for you, okay? Because you're going to disagree. Save yourself some frustrated anger or, energy, whatever. I love you anyways. But, there's the big controversy about the separation of church and state, and our founding fathers, what they meant our country to be, and hiding the history of the the Christian documents of our founding fathers. But anyways, "In God We Trust" on money has been the last thing that's really been left. And it's almost like the very last tip of the iceberg before our country goes down, right? If it's it'll be because, our country, if we trust in God, that's been anything that's been good in our country, that's been the blessing, okay? And every time, you push in God out of the society, out of the schools, it's just gone downhill. So here it is, this coin. It's the first monetary item that they took "In God We Trust" off of the front. They pushed it on the side, and I thought, they're testing the people or something, right? But this coin is cursed. It's what I think. After reading this article, it's like, okay, are they holding it because it's all metal and they're waiting for the collapse of the economy or something? It's like, okay, let's play around with the idea of some, behind the scenes thing going on. I try to keep an open mind, on both sides, that yes, there is a big, shadow government conspiracy. No, there are. I try to pull the chicken, from the bones, so to speak. But here it is. This article, "Why the U.S. Keeps Minting Coins People Hate and Won't Use," right? In hidden vaults across the country, the U.S. government is building a stockpile of $1 coins. Listen, this is just imagine this. Picture this in your mind. The hoard has topped 1.1 billion. Imagine a stack of coins reaching almost 7 times higher than the International Space Station. And the piles have grown so large, the U.S. Federal Reserve is running out of storage space. Americans will use the coins. Okay, and then they go into all these different little reasons. They're speculating why it's not being used. But the current rate, the inventory will grow to 2 billion by 2016, the Fed estimates. The coins began to pile up in 2007 when a law went into effect creating a new series of $1 coins commemorating dead U.S. presidents. Already stamped into millions of pieces of 8-gram manganese brass alloy are presidents no one even remembers anymore, that's nice. Franklin Pierce and effectual executives like James Buchanan, whose incompetent historians say helped lead the U.S. Civil War. Just dogging our... Anyways. So, already stamped into millions of pieces of 8 gram manganese brass alloy. Presence no one even remembers anymore. They have to put that in there. Public resistance. Congress passed the law creating the coins despite the evidence that Americans never liked the coin in the past. In the 2002 report, for instance, investigative arm of Congress described public resistance to begin using dollar coin despite a 3-year, $67 million effort to promote the previous series. Okay, so it just goes on and on and on that they're trying to explain why it's just not going through. Nobody's using it. The retailers won't accept it. Buyers won't accept them in the change. The buyer's afraid the cashier will reject the coin. The cashier's afraid the buyers won't accept them in change. So both are disinclined to try. So the Mint and Fed officials have also identified a vicious cycle. The retailers won't stock the coins because they don't see consumers, there's puppies playing in the background, using them, while consumers will not use the coins because retailers do not stock them. So then you have all these storage costs, right, that are building up, and it's cursed. It's just bad sign. When they take "In God You Trust" out of our money, that is, I'm telling you, that is when you'll see the topple. You'll see it. You'll see it. That's the final straw. So, and when it first came out, this coin, and then the Abraham Lincoln coin, where I was like, Abraham he always talked about God, the Almighty God, and he talked about Jesus. He said his name too, so it was very clear who he believed in as God. And, I'm just like, he'd be rolling over in his grave if that could happen when they rearranged that Abraham Lincoln honor coin when they come out. It's like, okay. So anyways, these things are just stocking up, and it's just weird, kind of weird. I mean, it's higher than the International Space Station. Stacks of coins, 7 times higher than the International Space Station. It's just crazy. Anyways, I just thought it was interesting, so I thought I would share that. If you're, don't like it, so I'm sorry. Hope I didn't waste your time. I just thought it was very interesting. So, oh, may God have mercy on us. That's what I say.